Third one, regeneration. Write down regeneration is a type of asexual reproduction in which the development of a new organism occur. What? Regeneration is a type of asexual reproduction in which development of a new organism occur from a just broken or cut part of the parent organism. Regeneration is not a mode of reproduction. Yeah, it is not a mode of reproduction. It is like a type of See, reproduction will happen here, but it is not mode of what you can tell. Reproduction will happen right here. That's why it just written like this only you write. Yeah. See, that means, for example, Hydra, the mode of reproduction, it is budding. Okay, but Hydra by chance it divides accidentally, it will be cut into two parts. Then each part will grow into a new Hydra. Two Hydras will be grown. What do you call them? You understand. But it will grow into two, right? That's why. Okay, in textbook what that. But see, what is the key thing is, it is for the survival of that. Okay, few organisms survival is very much important, right? So that cut parts, by chance if it is cut, it will grow. But every time the hydra will not be fragmented as it does in the fragmentation. Or if you want fragmentation is, or you write this much, okay, if you don't want, it's a regeneration. It will divide into two, means it is growing, right? But accidentally if it cuts, it grows. But that is not the always mode of reproduction we are telling. You understood or not? Still you have doubt? No. Oh, wait, okay. What they have given just a. Oh, it is not like that. See, earthworm is also in the ground. Whenever they plow the field, it will cut, right? Chances of dying is more. So it should not happen like that. Whenever it cut into two parts, it will grow. Okay, into new. But not every time it will be fragmented on its own and it will do. That is the key thing. That's it. See, earthworm is there, it's in the ground. Whenever you are there plowing the field, they will cut, right? It will cut. But so when it cuts, it will grow into two earthworms. Okay, even in earthworms it happens. So it will grow into two ones. But every time, even though it is not cut, also it will not get fragmented in the earthworm. Understood? No? Their mode of reproduction will be different. But accidentally, if it is cut, it will grow into two. Like that. That is the. Okay, wait. Wait, okay. If you want, we'll write like this. Wait. Write down this. If it is accidentally cut, then it grows into two organisms. But that is not always the mode. It will not cut on its own. But if it is accidentally happen, it will become the like that. That is the meaning. Okay. Right down. In write down like this. Fully differentiated. Write down. Differentiated organisms have the ability have the ability to give rise to new individual. Write down this individual organisms from their body parts. Body parts. Write down. That is, okay, write like this one. Write down. That is, if the individual, write down this. Don't write down if the individual is somehow cut or broken into many pieces. Okay. Hydra and planaria. Hydra and planaria. They have the regenerative cells. That's why they grow into mass of cells that will be converted into tissues that will be into the organ part, which is not there. Undergo the write down. Multicellular. Hydra was multicellular. Multicellular only, but not all, only few. See, in this and all, it will be different for each. It depends on the nature of it. Done? Next, we'll study about the budding. Like you want, like diagram, will you write? Will you write and come tomorrow? Diagram. No. It done? Your friend has written as. I don't have it. Then, shall I clear this? Everyone done? Write about the budding. No. Write down organisms such as Hydra. Okay. Hydra use regenerative cells. Regenerative cells for reproduction. Reproduction. In the process, right, in the process of budding. Huh? See, it's better to write the guide and the text, especially for biology. The keywords, everything you should write from that one, then only they will. Okay, write and start writing. What budding means we see in the yeah. When it grows well, it gets detached. Detaches. Write down in Hydra. In Hydra. Oh. A bud develops. Write down this. A bud develops as an outgrowth. It develops as an outgrowth due to repeated cell division in that part. Repeated cell division. These birds develop into tiny individuals. They develop into tiny individuals, and when they fully mature, detach from the parent body. And become new independent individual. It will become the new independent individual. Okay. So budding, it is a one mode of reproduction. So one of the example is the Hydra, okay, which has the regenerative cells for the reproduction. So in the Hydra, what happens? A bud will be formed, and that is the outgrowth of the organism. It is the outgrowth of the organism. Example, in the potato, we see the buds, right? Which is the outgrowth of the potato, like that. And that will develop into new, fully mature organism. And when it is fully mature, that will detach from the parent body. So it will form a new organism. So this we see in the Hydra. One of the examples is Hydra. Write the diagram for that, everyone. Write first. See the textbook and write. Textbook or guide anything. Write the example for Hydra. Mainly here, diagrams are important. Write down how the birds we see in the potato, right? Like that. The budding we see in the even in the Hydra. So in budding, what happens first? One of the example given here is the Hydra. There, a bird is developed. So that is the outgrowth of the organism. Okay, that's how outgrowth you can see by repeated cell division happens. Yeah. If you put that, no, if you put that in the soil, it will grow into a new plant. If you sow that, you will get budding. We can see both plants and animals. It is there. You put that in the soil, and it will grow into a new plant. On the potato only it is there, no, but it will grow. Plants and animals, it's a difference. There you have to put in the soil, it will grow into new plant. Actually, potato, they will put like that only. Whenever the bud one will be there, that only they will put. Even budding, we can see both plants and animals. It is there. Okay. Budding type reproduction, we see both in plants and animals. Keisha, what is that? Write the diagram, everyone, fast. See, in the biology, if you write the diagrams for these only, they will give full marks. Okay. Even in the 2 marks, if you write it and explain only, they will give. Please study. No? Abscisic acid, all this. Oxin. Oxin. Done? Everyone? Written? Good, you are writing. Writing? Good. Done, everyone? What? You? No. Done? Labeling done? Yes. Next comes the okay. Done everyone? Okay, listen everyone. The next one is the vegetative propagation. Next one is the vegetative propagation that we see in the plant. Okay. Please, what you vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation we see in the plants. Okay, in the vegetative propagation, the part of the plant can be grown into a new plant. For example, root of small part of that, maybe the root, leaves, there, yeah, shoots can be there, stem can be there like that. Okay. So by that, a new plant can be grown. Here we have the two types. One is the natural vegetative propagation, and second one is the artificial vegetative propagation. Natural vegetative propagation means it happens naturally. The leaves will fall, or the stem will be there. You can see once the grown up plant is there, many roots would have been spread, and from that new plant has been grown. Usually they give, if it is giving a flowering plant, good flowering plant, they give it to someone else, right? New plants are grown. So that is the natural vegetative propagation. Whereas the artificial vegetative propagation, in that they will put the some part of that and they will do. It is artificially done. In that also many types are there. One is the grafting method. Grafting means they will take the root of one plant and the stem of the another plant and they combine together. That they call it as the grafting. Usually the grafting is the method which is usually done. Okay, what is the advantage of grafting? See, if you use the seeds to grow that into one plant only, it will take some time. Correct? So in the grafting, already it has the root and the stem of that, so it will grow a little bit faster when compared to when you have the seed. That is the one advantage. Second advantage is whenever you are putting the seeds, we will not be sure that if the parent plant, for example, if it is giving the good quality and sweet mangoes. So when they want to do the farming, yeah, the plants means mango tree, many it will actually in the mango trees they are done by grafting only. Okay, if you see, go and see in the nursery and all. So they have the from grafting only they do from mangoes, many fruits they do that. Okay. So for example, if you have a mango tree, so you want the smaller plants of that because it is giving the good quality mangoes are there. So okay, if you are doing farming and all, you will have plenty of mango trees, right? And if it is wheat and good quality only, they will get the money, correct? So they should have the good quality thing. One thing is you can put the seed, it has to grow. So, but if you do the grafting, it will time will be reduced. Maybe 1 year to grow into that plant only it will need that much time. The second one is when you put the seed will grow into a plant, but we will not be sure that the same quality the fruit will be there. There will be some variations there. But when you do the grafting, the quality, yeah, will be what's required will be more. Okay, usually what they do, they will take the root of one plant, but they will do the grafting of the plant which they require. That means the stem of the plant they will take which they want. So when it grows, when it is growing, right, the stem what they have taken, the quality of the fruit will be from that plant itself, which stem they have taken. Okay, so in many commercially it is done successful. Grafting is one method. Second one is the tissue culture. What they do? Tissue culture means they will take the some tissue part of the maybe from the stem like that. Okay, so they will take the tissue of that. They will grow in a lab. What they do? They will give the nutrients for that under favorable conditions. So the tissue will grow. Okay. So from that tissue, many plants will be. So they will inject the hormones and also the nutrients. So in the tissue culture, first they will take the tissue of one plant. In the lab, they will grow that. Okay. So for that, they will supply the nutrients and also the hormones so that they will be grown into many new plants. Here also, what is the advantage is from just one tissue, many plants will be grown. Okay, so that is tissue culture. Many plants will be grown, and also that in the favorable conditions they do that so that the see especially the new plants getting the disease is very much high. So there it can be reduced because they are grown in a lab where in the favorable conditions. Yeah. So getting the disease is less, that is disease-free condition, they will grow. So one of the method is the grafting, the other one is the tissue. Okay. So in vegetative propagation, it is we see that in the plants. There are two types. One is the natural vegetation, another one is the artificial. So natural means the root, leaf, stem, any when it falls on the soil, it will grow into a new plant. That is a natural vegetation propagation. Okay, the next one is the artificial. In the artificial, there are many types. One is the grafting, tissue culture, many types are there. Okay, grafting means they will take the root of one plant and they will graft it with the stem of the other. What is the advantage is they will get the plant direct. From the seed to the plant it will take that is reduced. Second one, whatever the quality they want, they will get that. The assurance will be very much more than compared to putting the seed. Okay. So usually the stem, what they require that no, they will grab the stem of that. So that they will have the assurance that they will get the fruit of that particular breed or the sweetness, whatever they call. So when you go like any nursery and you see that they do the grafting, commercially it is successful grafting. And the other one is the tissue culture. Tissue culture usually they do for the ornamental plants, where it is very difficult to grow them. Okay, there orchids and all. No? There they use the tissue culture. So tissue orchids and usually the plant itself survival is very difficult. You have to keep it in the shade. So many conditions you have to do. But so the new grown plants, it is very difficult for its survival. But in the tissue culture, it is easier. So they will take one tissue of a plant. Okay, by just the one tissue of the plant, many plants can be grown. Okay, by just the one tissue of the plant, many plants can be grown from that. What they do for the tissue, they will supply the required nutrients and also the hormones will be injected so that many new plants will be grown from just the one tissue. What are the advantages here? From just one tissue, you can get the new plants, many new plants. And the second one is it will be disease-free condition they go, so they usually don't get the disease. Because in the nursery, keeping the newborn plants is really difficult. Usually they will put the shade, everything they do it. You have seen in the nursery. But for in a farm, they don't do that. What is the main reason? It's a small organism. Any small organism, it is difficult to survive. We need all the favorable conditions. Even for the plants, it is like that. So that is why they keep the shade and all. If it is too much sunny, also it will dry up. Correct, no? So whenever the delicate plants are there, they usually do the tissue culture there. Okay. So these are the advantages what we see, and these are the commercially success types what we see. And they ask actually tissue culture is there in the textbook or not? Yes. It's there. No? They will ask. They will ask about tissue culture and grafting also they will ask. Okay, clear now? I will write the notes about that now. Next, spore formation also we will study. Next one. A reproduction in which new plants are obtained from a part of the plant, part of the parent plant. Okay. Two methods of vegetative propagation. Two methods of vegetative propagation. Okay. First one is natural propagation. Natural vegetative propagation. First one is a natural vegetative propagation. Under favorable conditions, various structures, various parts of the plant. Example, root, stem, leaves can be grown into new plant, new plants. It depends on the plant also. See, rose and all, if you put the stem, it will grow. Yeah. Right. And some plants are there where if you put the leaves, they it will grow. It depends on the each plant. Okay. Either the root, stem, or leaves. Under favorable conditions, various parts of the plant, like root, stem, leaves, can be grown into new plant. And this happens naturally. That's why it's called natural vegetative propagation. Even the seed, if it falls on the soil, if it is there is a favorable condition, it can be grown into a new tree like that. Okay. What is that? Done? Right. Mainly here, the grafting and all they will do, no? So the quality of the plant, what required, they will get. More than 95% you will get that. That is commercially practiced methods. Tissue culture and the grafting. Same you will get. You will get. That's why they use that. But in the seed, it is not assured. You will not get many times. So that is the reason they use. Even in GK, we can all, it's nearby, no? You can go once and see. There also you can see. Grafting they do. GKVK nearby is there. After the Yelanka, no, nearby only. Yelanka. Earlier than Yelanka only will get. It's very nearby. Yelanka. Actually, there it is a very big. It's a tournament thing, right? Actually, they do research about the agriculture, everything. And nursery is also there. It's a very big. And agriculture college is there. Everything is there. Done? This one? Right. And second one, artificial vegetative propagation. Propagation. Artificial vegetative propagation. Okay. Okay. Yes. Artificial artificially propagation of artificially propagation can be done. Okay, can be done. Example is grafting. Example grafting, tissue culture. Write down. We'll write. Still is it grafting, tissue culture. Okay, grafting, tissue culture, and they're cutting. Cutting and layering. Okay. Grafting, write down. A piece of plant. Yeah. A piece of one plant without the roots. Yeah. Without the roots can be attached to the part of the plant. Without the roots can be attached to the part with the root of another plant. Example, piece of one plant without, what is that? Be quiet. Piece of one plant without the roots can be attached to the part with the root of another plant. That is, the root of one plant can be attached with the other part. For example, like stem of the another plant. They can be grafted together, attached together. Like that. One parent plant one parent organism. But it will have the qualities of only the one with the stem. That is the reason. Your gametes are not formed, and another one is the stem of that will be formed. Not always. Like that. Okay. Example. Like it is used in air. What is that? Why you people are making noise? It is used in apples, mango, many fruits also, lemon. grapes, etc. Okay. Write down next part. So, what are the advantages of this? So, main thing is it maintains genetic stability. Plants produced 1 minute. The plants produced are genetically similar to the parent. The plants produced are genetically similar to the parent plant. Okay, and have its characteristics.
A lizard scale.
When
When a lizard scale is cut, the tail grows back, right? Why can't the gene of that gene was be added to the human genes and be right? I'm just asking it to sit down and
Not required.
that's like if you cut your whole hand, you can regrow it. That's good.
Not always. Not with all. Regeneration can happen only with few organisms.
Evolution, no, it can happen.
Hasn't been tried. Don't ask. All these
Tomorrow it will be
fish. Instead of thinking like that, how so many problems are there in the world. Think to solve that. Don't think of this. This is not a solution.
Growth back.
Don't ask only these doubts. Okay, right up. Don't ask those stupid questions. I'm telling no. Only related you ask. Don't ask those questions. Have these types of questions. No, only this pattern. Okay, right up. And write other advantages. Write what is advantages.
If you see, you can get it.
I have
Can't see from you. Go ahead, continue with the book.
right. It's like you are thinking. No. See, in the world, so many problems are there. Try to solve that. No. Global warming is there now. Rain has become more because of that. See, why I can solve that? All those things you want to solve with.
That kind of solution. Cut the.
Don't want to leave, but don't ask. Wait, what else advantage I can write fast? Write down. Oh my God. Be quiet. That's why I'm telling don't ask everyone.
It's not bad.
Write down. Write down. Don't ask anything. Be quiet and write other advantages. What are the other advantages? Tell me each one.
Let me mix 2 3 the thing. Same thing I was asking you.
Don't ask. I'm telling no, don't ask those questions. This is done. Done. Everyone done. Shall I clear? Second one. Plants raised by vegetative propagation. Write down. Plants raised by vegetative propagation can bear fruit. Write down first flower and fruit. Earlier than those produced by seeds. It also makes possible the propagation of the plants. Propagation of plants such as banana, orange, which has less capacity to produce seeds. Not orange, you write rose. Just less capacity to produce. So these are the advantages. But the main advantage is the genetic stability is the main advantage. That is, it has the characteristics. Disadvantage means it has to be done manually, right? It takes some work that you can take it as a disadvantage. So tissue culture we will write tomorrow and few other things also. Spore formation, all this we will write tomorrow. Okay. Okay, then tomorrow we'll continue. Okay, bye.
Here we will end the today's class. Do not forget to subscribe the channel. If the content of this channel is useful, please like the video and share with your friends. Thank you.